Hola, hoy entrevistamos a Juan Guest para la página web del Goreano. Juan Guest, what's your opinion about bookstores and so on?
I worked in a general bookstore, an general independent small bookstore on Madison Avenue in New York City. And that means that we carried cookbooks, fiction, nonfiction, some illustrated books, but not many. And it happened to be located diagonally across the street from Sotheby's when Sotheby's was on Madison Avenue, Sotheby's auction house. The ex-president of Sotheby's, whose name was Philip Wilson, had started producing in London some of the finest art books and decorative art books in the world. They were just nothing like the Sotheby's books. They were very scholarly. They were on very strange subjects like Indian colonial painting and the Jaipur section of India. But it would be 17 inches thick because it was really every picture and analyzing and everything. They were just fabulous books. And I fell in love with them, and they asked if I wanted to carry them. And so I got very, very involved in that. And I began to then seek out where to get these books. And the man I worked for was very laid back, and he couldn't care less one way or another. He said, do whatever you want. And so I started researching it on the out-of-print market. And then a man from Germany came in who had a decorative art shop in Dusseldorf, and he saw that I had some. And he said, let's make a deal. You'll get me books from America. I'll send you books from Germany, etc., from Europe. So I went over there, I saw his books, and I just took off, and I said, this is the thing to do. Nobody's doing it.
So, how many time have you dedicated to your books, of course? Are you friendly with it?
I think they are neutral. They don't want anything from you. They want to give you something. They want to give you something that there is really no way for you to get any other way. But why I like books, my God, is there anything as comforting as you having a personal relationship with an idea? I mean, whether it's a visual idea or an intellectual idea, it stimulates you. It I wouldn't say it makes you a better person, but it makes you a curious person. Or maybe you have to be curious to do it. Whatever it is, I can't find anything that's ever replaced it.
Oh, really? Very kind of you. Why are so you happy with the webmaster?
Because I'm on the Upper East Side, which is the Beverly Hills, Grosse Pointe, Palm Beach, certain areas in every major city have affluent clients, and they all tend to come to New York, and they all come to the Upper East Side. This is where they stay, this is where they buy. And so I cater to their needs, and their needs have to do with their environment. And their environment is like the old kings, the monarchs, and the church. You express your power by what you own, what you build, and so I cater to that taste. It's all very commercial in its own way. Happens to be interesting books too.
And do you like books of Games of Thrones?
It's dying off. It's had a 20-year run, and I began to notice this, I guess, about 5 or 6 years ago. And I remember saying to my partner at the time, this is over. Everything's got its time, and in America...
Yes, I know, but you feel in the same cycle? Or not fade away?
It seems that everything's a 20-year cycle. If you really look at shops, if you look at buying ideas and trends, they follow a 20-year cycle. And this cycle is over, and I think it's going to be another cycle. The illustrated book has become very expensive. It's been watered down to a mass taste, so they keep producing the same book over and over again. So I don't have goods to buy because they're stupid books. And also people have lost their curiosity. And the arts take a certain amount of curiosity.
Mm-hmm. Not very happy with bestsellers, right?
Interesting, when they first opened, I remember saying, something has changed in the marketplace. And everybody would get very, very mad. Barnes & Noble is taking all our business, which it was. It never took mine because I'm specialized. they are not going to handle a book on Seth porcelain, and they're certainly not going to know where to get one, and they're certainly not going to handle foreign books or any kind of books like that at all. And particularly since those books have a tendency, both because of the illustrated plates and because of the scholarship, have a tendency to be very expensive. So they can't bring it in because they can't sell it. So I'm safe. But the stores around me that were small, independent fiction, nonfiction bookshops were affected by it because of the price. 20% or 30 or 40% discount was something they simply couldn't fight, and so cut into their business. Those that happened to own the building they were in or had other incomes were able to survive. But little by little, there are almost no independent bookshops left in New York. Almost none.
So how is the future of non-fiction books?
You are going to have more of what you got, and if you go into any of the chain stores or any of the discount stores, you will see dozens upon dozens, sometimes hundreds, of books that are all identical. You'll have 12 books on Michelangelo. You will have nothing on Giotto. And so these books get cheaper and cheaper, so the only thing that's competitive about it is the price. Because Michelangelo had a finite life, you know. And the scholarship on it is gone. So what's going to happen is that the illustrated book is over, other than as cheap promotional books. But the scholarship will have to produce its own books. Then the small independent publishers, the really small ones, the little teeny ones that are started out of a home or something, Push Point Press, that sort of thing. These little places, they will continue and they will grow. And they will produce maybe 5 books a year instead of the 100 or 200 or 300 the trade books do. And they will pick and choose. The books will be twice as expensive, but there will be a selective audience who will buy them and will have to pay that price. They won't be expensive because they're trying to be greedy. They're expensive because it will cost a great deal of money to produce 1,000 books instead of 10,000 books, which brings it in cheaper.
So the marketplace is getting over. It's a pity.
It's a different world and we have to go with it, and all of that has to do with technology. And so the books are going to be very design oriented. The professionals, the books for architects, the books for designers, and that's where it's going to go. And if I had a bookshop, I'd open down in another area, and I would cater to the professionals. They need books on all the technology, on topography, everything that has to do with design as it is used today. And that's what it's going to be, whether it's car design or package design, book design, everything is different, and that's what it's about. It's about the professional. I look through literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of catalogs every year from publishers all over the world, and there's a distinct decline in the illustrated book having to do with art or decorative arts. It all has to do with cutting-edge photography, cutting-edge design, and cutting-edge architecture. And that's where it's going, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just different.
That's all. I wish you well. Muchas gracias a Joan Gers por la entrevista.